Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video let's take a look at Nvidia stock, guys. So we have a green closing candle. So two things happened today. First, we flushed below $123. Then, as I was mentioning from my last couple of videos, that guys, intraday trade short as if we flush below 123, that can come. But be careful in the zone of 119 to $120 because this is where is a potential for bulls to create another pivot, thus may bring it back into the blue box, which they did, and things may start to look bullish again. So are we back full on bullish again on Nvidia? Shall we expect upside from here on again tomorrow? Let's talk about all of that in this video. But before that, I also want to let you know none of this is any financial advice and is only for education purposes. I'll also take you over AMD, ARM, Broadcom, SMC, and Micron, and as for how things are looking like in those stocks as well. All right, so guys, let's jump right into it. So we flushed 123 below, got bought back up as I just mentioned, right? So 20 days moving average, we are still underneath that. However, that in itself is not a deciding factor or parameter that we can make a decision on. We have to understand the price action here. So yes, a good buying candle, a good wick as well. My day trading bot also really made a good buy position on this dip today and thus giving a profitable position. And if you need access to my tools, links are in the description below this video. Let's go to the hourly interval and let's talk about things over there. All right, so a couple of things. Technically, we still have a lower high, all right? But at the same time on intraday level, first play was the short flush 123. Then as we were being careful at the pivot, as I have been mentioning from my previous videos, this is where bulls took it back up, thus making that pivot. Here though, yes, we are above $123, and you can see when we came back into that channel, we did a pullback and got bought back up just right at that $123 range, right? So technically, that is still a support zone being held, 123. Now, going in tomorrow, how do we trade it? Guys, at this point, it's still just an intraday play. All right, don't swing it right now. As long as, it's very simple play tomorrow, as long as we stay above now 123, which in this case now going in tomorrow, most likely it can, as long as we stay above 20 hours moving average 123. This thing can test 200 hours moving average tomorrow. All right, so 125 and above and 200 hours moving average, it can test 127. I would not put much more money into more than just the intraday trade with 127 as the top most limit. Definitely with the stop loss below 123. That's the bull case. What is the bear case? We have to be prepared regardless, right? Now, yes, we do still have this, lower high, even though I do expect tomorrow's pullback might be just a buy. You can see this is still rejecting that trend line. I do expect tomorrow's pullback would be a buy because, guys, whenever, let's actually go to the 4 hours interval, I can explain that better over here. Whenever we have such a strong candle come in on a higher time frame, things next day, usually if they even come in that region, they usually get bought back up. But you can follow this trend line. Anything above this trend line is a long play. If you reject it, it's going to be just a scalp short, nothing more than that. It's not going to give you much downside in just my opinion. Let's go to the 5 minutes interval. Let's identify a few more things there. So yeah, well, yeah, the same thing, guys. 123 is what you are watching. Below this, some intraday scalp short may come, but if we get out of this trend line until 127 tomorrow, Nvidia has again a possibility to go all the way up there. All right, and then if it goes further up from there, then that's another story. But that will start to look then, yes, that we are again getting back into this uptrend. All right, that would be that. So keep these levels in mind, and that's how Nvidia could be traded. So Yes, trade only intraday. Bulls held that pivot after the flush, and that was it. As how I was saying, if a pivot comes here, you have to. This is the zone. You have to be careful. If sell off comes 123, you can take the flush. But then if you start to see a pivot here with those hourly candles going up, you gotta get out here. This is what I have been mentioning in my videos because there was this last chance of a bulls can form a pivot here, and they did that. So and now we'll see if this continues higher up from here or not. And for that, I provided you the levels and things to watch on the lower time frame. All right, so that's NVIDIA. Let's take a look at AMD. Oh, this thing. Guys, trade intraday only AMD. And this is the line, guys. 158 and 86 cents. Above this, it says bullish. Below this, it's bearish. Period. Nothing more than that. At this point, it's not complicated to trade. I would still argue that this big red candle that came on hourly interval, there's more likelihood at least tomorrow. Again, if it gets above 158 and 80 cents with 200 hours moving average, sure. But this supply zone will have an overhang for a couple of days, in my opinion. Trade only intraday with the levels I provided. And into the supply zone, I think weakness will again come. Intraday, trade intraday only. Don't open a swing position on AMD. ARM. So ARM, nothing different, guys, on this thing. Pullback, as I said, structure on this is still bullish. Pullback at 20 days moving average got bought back up. At this point, if tomorrow we get above 160.49 cents, it's a continuation play to the upside. If we stay where we are down here, only trade it up though if we get above 164 and 6 cents. Otherwise, even though this is a little bit of a wonky state of shorting it, I would highly suggest let it break the blue box down there. That will be a break of structure actually on this thing if it does that. So keep an eye on that. Broadcom. So Broadcom is finally giving us that reversal that I was talking about. For that, I gave you the simple level, right? We came back down to 220 days moving average, started finding support there. And then as it was forming higher lows, and I was talking that, guys, this is the level you are watching, 1617. $1,617. Above this, it can continue intraday higher up, and that was the play. And yeah, it is still looking strong. Looks like it, as long as it stays above now this level of 1617 tomorrow as well, this can, pullbacks on this are just a buy. All right, let's go and take a look at SMCI now. So SMCI is structure is to the downside, which turns bearish pretty much the Friday of last trading day, right? Well, Friday of the last week, I mean. At this point, guys, this is still going to stay weak as long as we are not regaining that blue box. As long as SMCI is below $834, this is just a weak play. If we get above that, we will see if it continues higher, but have a stop loss regardless. But still, the structure is to the downside on this thing. Micron. So Micron, so this is, well, okay, post earnings I talked about, we'll see a follow through, and I gave you these two levels, follow through to the downside, right? And I gave you these two levels, 130 and 50 days moving average. And so we traded within that range. Now it's finding support at 50 days moving average with a good green candle. Does it make it bullish? Let's go to the hourly interval. So trade only intraday this thing. The way this green candle has come today, you may this green candle. This may possibly give it some more upside. Let it get above 50 hours moving average together with the level of 132 almost. If it can get above it tomorrow, intraday this can give you the next level of 134, and then pullbacks can be seen if they can be bought back up. But yeah, it's at the brink of structural change. If it has to do back to the upside intraday, it can do it at $132 area. All right, okie dokie. Guys, that's it for this video. And if you found it helpful, valuable, hit the like, subscribe. QQQ SPY and Tech Stocks video will be coming out today, later tonight. I think these Tech Stocks videos I'll be pushing out later tonight. And also from coming days, the Tech Stock videos, which is QQQ and SPY and Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, Meta, Netflix, they'll be coming out a little bit late at night. Yeah, so that so that I can do more, cover more stocks throughout the day. Otherwise, yeah, it just gets too much. Yeah, it's when I say too much, I mean, oh, guys, yeah, it just gets too, stress and too much stress. Yeah. All right, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.